millions bulls, we committed losses, part of the game. But the rings, that's the lessons we flip into generational wealth. We in the game. Look, we got catching rockets, hitting charts like MJ. Fade away, profits lift off the runway. Swing trade, wheel rail, pivots clean like Pippin. Time in the market, got the whole squad winning. Spike King trade, call the plays, floor general moves. Watching levels like Keenan, got the blueprint grooves. Small cap, king alpha boards and rebounds fast. Snatching undervalued plays, back secure, no crash. Crypto king jump man, coins jump out the gym. Moonwalk through the charts, stacking multiple wins. Futures trader gator, in the paint heat clash. Lock the futures down tight, never slip, never crash. Long-term Lisa, hold the line with grace. Plant seeds today, future wealth in place. Yeah, this the KGU dynasty, the court stay packed. Losses come with the game, but we always bounce back.
KGU, the school for the gifted. We the bulls, plays tight, minds right. Family full of jewels. Lessons turn to trophies, losses fuel the plan. Each one teach one, that's the legacy fan.
So lace up, watch us run this floor. From Discord calls to charts galore. We the bulls of the market, crown stay on. KGU forever, the dynasty strong. Keep building an empire, Keenan. Keep calling plays, we listening and executing. Haters gonna hate, that's how we know. You building something real, we will not fold. We stay winning over here, it's game time. Let's go.
He looks, he gives to Jordan. Jordan to the circle, puts the shot in the air. Good! The game's over, and the Bulls have won.
This is not financial advice. I tell you much of them is, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen.
He was very tactical and very efficient with his movements. There was no wasted space.
And yes, I did it again. I went on mute. Lord have mercy. Your boy got to get better at that. But luckily, I didn't say too much. All I said was, hey, congratulations, you know, for us getting to that 1K mark. Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. The microphone's on. All right, yeah, there we go. So yes, we finally got to that 1K mark, man. Thank you guys so much for helping me get there. You know, I've been YouTubing just for a little bit, and I've been working very hard, you know, almost every day, grinding, making videos, trying to get up there, and finally we got there to that 1K, man. So shout out to y'all and shout out to me, man. We're finally getting some progress. So all right, man. Well, I decided to come on and talk to you guys. I guess do some degening, look over some crypto. I think the markets are starting to pump. And I don't know. I feel like it was only right to, you know, come be here for the family. So let's get into some crypto. Enough yapping. Let's cover the coin market cap. Let's say what's up to everybody real quick first. Z-Man, what's up, my dude? Julius, Rebecca, Peter, Amanda, Brenda, Han Solo, Amar, Paul, Germ, what's up? Rebecca, I don't know if I said your name ready, but what's up? What's up, guys? Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, so I wanted to cover some crypto, man. Like I said, the markets are starting to pump, man, and I want to be able to come on here and give you guys, you know, some alpha. Let's see what's happening. I think we got an alt season coming on right now, guys. So it's time to start, you know, figuring out our game plan, start strategizing if we need to make some swaps, look for some undervalued altcoins, and start getting into some low cap meme tokens. I'm going to show you guys how to use Dex Screener and just be able to find out what's hot. And, you know, look, whenever we trade memes here, I always want everybody to remember that when you buy meme tokens, guys, try to always get verified contract addresses. Make sure that you guys are not buying some random BS token on TikTok without at least checking out the you know, the holders, making sure that if it's not a rug pull, honeypot, or anything like that. And just remember, you know, even if I give the play out, if it comes from, you know, the trenches, there's always about a 99.9% chance that this thing's not going to make it over the night time. So just always make sure that you guys do your own due diligence. And remember, I'm never going to tell you guys to buy anything or tell you guys to, you know, buy or sell anything that I put out. So, you know, everything that I say is just not financial advice. I'm just a weird guy with glasses on YouTube, and you should never take what I say or anybody else says on YouTube for granted, okay? It's all just, you know, speculation. All right, so first things first, guys, I do want to cover Ethereum because Ethereum looks like it's starting to pump. And remember, guys, like it or not, Ethereum is leading the way. If we don't have an Ethereum pump, we technically don't get an alt season, because the way it goes from Bitcoin, Ethereum, big caps, mid caps, low caps, and then super dirty Degen meme tokens. So that's the way it always goes. Last year we had a little bit of a change up. It went from Bitcoin to meme tokens, and a lot of the other coins didn't get any love. So that's just how it goes. John Gonzalez, what it do? Oh, what's up, John? It's actually one of my co-workers, man. So you even got people locally supporting your boy, man. Appreciate it a lot, man, John. It means a lot to me, bro. You work hard for me. We work together. Stressful environment. We've been hanging tough, though. Trying to make Chinese food great again. All those tariffs. All right, so ETH looks like it's getting ready to break out, man. We're heading to 3,700. So, like I said, I just wanted to see what's up with ETH real quick. We got that target at 3,800. Let's see. Let's check out some of the stuff that's popping off on CoinMarketCap. Let's look for what's trending real quick. So we got XTC. I've seen a lot of people in the KGU talking about that. That's Tezos. It's up almost 40% in the day, so definitely not something that I would buy right now. We'll look at it on CoinMarketCap in a bit. But, you know, guys, I've told you guys many times before, if you guys are looking to see, you know, what's popping off or looking for different narratives, CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko is going to be a place that you can look for to search up your meme tokens. Let me minimize myself real quick. Got my big head up in here. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so HEI, never heard of it. Mask, never heard of it. Thena, never heard of it. Bluezell, I have heard of it. This actually is one that pumps a lot. So if you guys are looking for something that's kind of in this Chainlink narrative, Bluezell is going to be a good pick. I know some of the guys that are behind these tokens. These tokens kind of run up 40-50% and then they take really nasty dumps. So that token, Art Block, another coin called Dia, you know, these guys that are behind these tokens, man, these guys are part of a big well group. So the tokens like those three that you can get on Coinbase, they run up really hard, and then, you know, they have a pretty big price correction. So, you know, those are ones that if you're looking for good swing trades, those are good. But, you know, I don't really see anything that's on trending that's really keeping my eye, getting my eye right now. But let's check the meme section real quick on CoinMarketCap. So you got all your big dogs: Dogecoin, Shiba, Pepe, Bonk, Trump token. I don't think anybody's really touching that right now. Pingu looks like it's been doing really well over the last 7 days, up 34%. Farcoin up 12, Floki up 45, Dog with Hat. This is actually one coin that if you guys are trying to get a blue chip meme token, I think this might be a really good, you know, coin that you could probably get, maybe to take it back up to $2, $2.50. Market cap isn't too bad. You know, so not financial advice, of course. You know, this might be something that you guys could keep on the radar. Bonk, in my opinion, it's up way too much, but you know, dog with hat, definitely a good one. Then we got Mogcoin. Mogcoin, I get a lot of people messaging me about this one. This is another good one. It's down, let's see. It's down a pretty good amount. Definitely room on the table to move up. It's up 87% on the month, so maybe, you know, like I said, not the best one, but definitely one that you can guys keep on your radar. Brett's okay, but honestly, if you guys are looking for any base meme tokens, you know, I would have to probably just stick with Ski Mask Dog and Miggles. And actually, guys, Miggles is getting a Binance exchange listing, and I know that these guys are going to get that Coinbase listing, so if you guys are looking for a good risk to reward play, Miggles is definitely going to be one on the radar, and we're going to cover all the levels on these in a bit. I just want to kind of cover some of these real quick. Toshi as well. I had somebody else message me about Toshi. Toshi is going to be another good one, guys. It's still up about 200% on the year, but you know, it's up 55% on the month. On a 7-day, 31%. So I still just believe, guys, that Miggles is going to be a better buy than Toshi. But you know, this thing still has some room to run. But in my opinion, I still like Miggles more. Peanut, that one's okay. Let's see, Giga Chad, another good one, guys. Mudang, another good one. Let's see, what else do we got in here? Yeah, I really don't see anything else other than, you know, those. And then, you know, you got Ponky. Ponky's okay. But, you know, honestly, if I had a choice between those, I'd probably stick with those. And then you got Dog in Me and Keycat. That's going to be another good one. So those are other ones that you can keep on your radar, guys. And then if you guys are looking for like the dirty Degen, obviously you're going to have ones like Bobo and a lot of these other little, I think they're Matt Fury coins or whatever. These weirdo ones right here. It's up 7% on the day, so that one's pretty good as well. But like I said, in my opinion, I still believe that Miggles is going to give you the best bang for your buck. It's at 4.46 right now. I think the all-time was around 15, 20 cents. So definitely a good one that you should keep on your radar. And for all you guys that always ask me all the time, Jump, where do you get all these coins at? Go on CoinMarketCap, go on CoinGecko. Has a little tab right here that says market. You click it, and it will tell you every place that you can get it at. You can get it on Uniswap, you can get it on the Aerodrome, Mexi, Get.io, or you can get it on Femex. Shout out to Femex if you guys want links to that. The links are in the description. I'm partnered up with those guys. I've been with them for a while. I've never had any issues with them. So, you know, definitely if you guys want to get cryptos like this and don't want to have to deal with all this, you know, deck stuff, you guys can do that and swap on there and all that kind of stuff, okay? Then you got L Bank and all these other ones. They got a lot of exchanges that are coming out, but in my opinion, Femex is really good. Then if you guys just want to do the DEX, you guys have to buy base ETH, send it over to your Phantom wallet. I think I've showed you guys already, but if you don't know, just swap it over on Phantom, send it over with base ETH, get the contract address, which you would get it from right here, copy, insert it into your Phantom wallet, paste it, and then swap. And then voila, you got your Miggles. But in my opinion, guys, it's just easier to go to Femex. You know, Femex makes it easy. You just gotta sign up. You know, you need a VPN, which you should be using a VPN anyways to protect yourself. There's a lot of scams going on right now. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's a lot of people sending emails out right now. A lot of people are getting text messages. I think I've already got 4 or 5. I got a scam email as well telling me about new derivatives for me to sign up or whatever. So just keep in mind, the scammers are working OT right now. So just protect yourself. You know, it'd be really a shame for anybody making serious gains just to give it away to some of these people that are overseas ready to poach your money, okay? All right, so yeah, Miggles looks good. Let's see, what else did we got in here? Dog and Me, we talked about that already. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. These are the blue chip ones. You know, obviously, the further down we go, the more down into the totem pole we go, which is going to be the ones that are a lot more higher risk. So, you know, these are the ones that, you know, you're going to be having these 40 to 50% price swings, okay? All right, so let's, yes, Paul, always use protection, man. For sure, for sure. All right, let's cover ETH real quick. If you guys have any recommendations for your coins, you guys can shoot it to me in here, and we'll try to cover the most of them in here. We only have 38 people, so should be a manageable stream. So I'm just gonna try to go off of the ones that I remember in my head from people that were asking me. We drew up this trend line the other day. I think a couple of days ago. I was expecting to pull back to about 3,400. The lowest we got here was about 3,483. So it didn't quite play out the way that I thought, which is great because I'm still holding my ETH, so it doesn't matter. As long as we are trying to at least get up to a new area, local high, that's great. I just want us to see us clear this area because this is a double top. Double tops usually mean, you know, that we could come down. And like I said, our next level support is still going to be down here where I have this trend line, which is at around 33.90, 33.80. And then we have a lot more support down here at this $3,000 level. So definitely, we don't want to go down here. I do have some stop losses around 3,500. I was buying the majority of my ETH around 1,300, 1,500. So, you know, I'm in some pretty good profits, but I want to keep them. And I always recommend, guys, you know, I'm not much of a stop loss kind of guy when we are taking the initial investment because, you know, the way I tell people is like, look, when you use a stop loss and you're actually using an investment, depending on where you buy, if you're looking for a long-term hold and your mindset is like, hey, I want to invest, you know, 6 months to a year, every time your stop loss gets triggered, you incur fees. And then if you guys, you know, are somewhat in profits or whatever, you generate a short-term capital gains tax. So every time that you're prepared to sell, you got to kind of, you know, do these analysis, and you got to do this kind of portfolio rundowns with yourself that if it makes sense to incur that that IRS fee, or if it makes sense to, you know, to sell at that level. Because for me, I try to hold for that whole full year to get that that 10% capital gains. You know, like I said, wherever you're at, or depending on your income, it's 25% to 35%. So I mean, believe it or not, those can add up. So if you make a 50% gain and you incur a short-term capital gains tax, you know, it's 25% or 30. That's getting took off from your gains. So I try to make them count, man. You definitely want to make sure that you guys are, you know, thinking about that. Edwin, wanting to get ETH, you think it will pull back? What do you recommend for an entry? Honestly, man, I love ETH. I do think that Ethereum could go to maybe 36, about 63, and between 5K, anywhere between there, about around 5,000 to 63. So, you know, it really just depends if, you know, a full 2x for you is going to be good. I've seen a lot of influencers say that it could go to 10,000, it could go to 7,500. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm kind of just being really conservative about a lot of my price targets because, you know, retail isn't just here just yet. So I know a lot of people are going to be giving out these outlandish price targets, but you got to remember, it's the same thing that happens all the time. We have people that just come in new to the space and they are sold on a lot of these influencers that are making big price targets, and, you know, they see XRP going to 30 or 40 or 50 bucks and they start buying. And what it is you're actually buying a local top. It doesn't mean you're buying the top, but you're buying a local top. And then when these people get in, they buy, and then the coin retraces down 10%, and then they start freaking out and selling. And then next thing you know, they completely liquidate, and then they have a negative experience with crypto. So what I'm trying to do with, you know, the KGU and just communities that I'm in is I always try to get everybody to kind of just relax a little bit. You know, if you're just getting in, I don't think crypto is going anywhere anytime soon. You know, with this Dreamer bill that just passed and all these things that are happening in the market right now, we have so much upside and so much potential that's in the future. So, you know, the sky's the limits. It's just a matter of being patient and making sure that when you do buy, you don't go all in and you just take a kind of a conservative approach. So like I said, if you want to go into ETH at 3,600, I can pretty much 99.9% guarantee that you will eventually make some profits. I don't know exactly how much, because that's up to the the wells and the powers to be, but you may have to wait 3-4 months to make a profit. But if I were to say, hey, look, if you want to take a position, try to get it around 3,000 to 32. For me, like I said, I have a bigger portfolio and I'm trying to make safe, quick returns. So I'll put in, and I'm fine with getting a 40 to 50% return, because I'm compounding money into different assets. So that's how I'm doing it right now. What it do, Trudy? What's up? What's up, my friends? Samantha Gonzalez, congratulations, babe. 1K. Whoop, whoop. Yes, ma'am. She can contest, man. I'm out here working all the time, guys, grinding. I work like a dog, man. Every day, I work anywhere between, 12, 14, 15 hours. Come back here and do this. So definitely, it's not easy. I have a lot of YouTuber friends. And, it's something that I should have done a long time ago, but I didn't have the faith in myself, man. I think the biggest part was coming on here and talking to everybody on here. It's kind of really intimidating at first, but once you kind of get the swing of it and, when you do what you love, I think it just kind of flows out. So now that I'm actually talking with you guys, it's a lot easier for, me to do this now. All right, let's check out Miggles real quick, guys. I want to check out Miggles, and then we're just gonna start running through a crap load of altcoins, and then we can even probably hop on Dex Screener. We're gonna look at a few different plays out here because I want to see, what's out there. I'm not trying to get anybody to buy anything right now, but I just want to kind of have stuff out here, for people to kind of take a look. Okay, so Miggles, we gave that shout out to you guys. We just talked about it right now. So I told people to try to get in somewhere at this, I think it was around 37. We're not coming down here, guys. Okay, I think the lowest we had earlier was around that 37 a few days ago, 2 days ago. When I said that yesterday, I think the lowest we touched down here was 40 cents. So, I was buying it down here at this 2. So I'm actually in a clean 2x. But again, we talked about this long-term wise. If you guys are trying to get in and you guys are just looking for something long-term, look at the outlook of this. This is 20 cents. This is a nice clean 4x. So, if you guys want to hop in now, I think, expecting maybe a 12 cent from here would be a nice 120, 130% return. Not bad for a meme token. So, definitely, could go more. Like I said, this Binance listing that it's getting and this Coinbase listing that it's getting is definitely going to give it that go-go juice that it needs, okay? All right, let's see. Let's cover XRP because I know probably the majority of you guys are in this token and you guys probably mainly care about this one. So let's clear the chart up. And let's check it out. If you guys hear some barking, that's my dogs, man. My daughter just got home and they're gonna go crazy. Okay, so in June, we were down here at 220 and we've been pretty much rocketing up, as you can see. We got our support over here. We got our support here at 285. And again, guys, when we have these doctrine tier live streams, we talk about support. We talk about how to make things easy, not complicate things. Everybody is a different trader. Everybody does things differently, and that's A-okay. From the impression that I get and from what I see in like the Discord, there's nothing wrong with just being a casual trader. That's how sometimes I am. I'm not trading every single day. I may give out plays. It doesn't mean that I'm taking them. There's so many coins out here and my portfolio is only so big. So, part of my job is when I look at coins, I try to cover a lot of things and give people what I see with my eyes. And one thing that I always try to base my trades on is support levels. And support levels that I see are for when we get big drops and a good V-shaped recovery bounce. And what I look for is previous bounces, and I'll usually calculate that as what I'm looking for. So I'll set my entry spots there. So with XRP, you know, we have good consolidation here at 286. You know, depending on what happens, you know, through the weeks and months, you know, I don't think that, you know, I don't think we will come down anywhere lower than 275, but I could be wrong. So from there it would be about 16%, which is, I guess, you know, I should probably retract what I said, possible. But if you guys are looking for, you know, just to get a piece of XRP, I would set your buy orders around here at 320 to 316. And again, guys, I'm just telling you on my end, this is not an area where I would like to buy XRP. You know, like I said, I'm not an XRP hater. I own the coin. I've been bullish on it since the very beginning. The holder base is gung-ho. I really do think, you know, this coin can go, I guess, you know, past $4 now. I was kind of like really skeptical at first, but after seeing like this whole run up, I may have to kind of go back and readjust some of my thesis. But I've always said if it went to $5, I would not be surprised. So, you know, like I said, if you guys are cool with just, you know, moving in with some big cash, maybe you're a little bit older and you don't want to have some of this, you know, Degen risk appetite that most other of these younger cats have. It's definitely nothing wrong with moving in some strong money at a good entry though. You don't want to be buying something around this area right here. It's a little scary. So yeah, like I said, we did have this little pullback here, which was to be expected. But I think anywhere between this 315, if you guys have to get the coin, you know, I would try to go there and then stagger it down from $3 down to this 285. Okay. You know, as far as like where the resistance is at, we're in price discovery. You know, so just remember, like, you know, this is kind of like no man's land. We could just keep going up and going up and going up. So, you know, all my XRP fans, all my people that are bullish on it, congratulations, man. I know there was one person in KGU that made some pretty good buys when it was really cheap, and they should be on a yacht somewhere. So shout out to him. Definitely, like I said, man, I'm happy for anybody that's holding an XRP, man. It's been a long journey for the holders. They've been suppressed for a long time, since 2018. So you guys most definitely deserve all the gains that you're getting, okay? But the thing is, though, when are you gonna sell? That's the question of the day. So if you guys are in profits, you know, it wouldn't hurt to maybe set a stop loss, maybe at 325, 330, just making sure you guys are protecting that money, because at the end of the day, it's not yours until it hits your bank account. All right. So let's hit some DOT real quick. I saw somebody that put DOT. DOT is another coin that, you know, typically I don't see a lot of people hold this thing, but it could give you some, you know, it could give you some returns, man. It just really depends on, you know, if it can get some activity on its chain. The TVL is not really that good. Its local high back in December was almost $12. So it's about almost a 3x from current price. You know, it could definitely give you, you know, maybe a 2x from its current price. But the only problem with DOT, my friend, is that nobody's using it, other than, you know, some of the partnerships that I had with Trump back in the day. I really don't know anybody that's using it. I think, you know, DOT, I want to say, is that Polygon Matic? Yeah, Polygon Matic's the one that's partnered up with Polymarket, but it hasn't really done anything for the price either. So, you know, I know DOT is usually more involved with the people in Switzerland, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, maybe a lot of these other countries, they'll adopt other chains of the crypto. So, you know, anybody that's holding this or wants to hold it, look, I don't think it's, you know, that bad of an idea to pick it up. You know, it was at its low right here at this $3 zone. It's at about almost close to 450. So, you know, I guess, you know, if you're wanting to get a little piece of it, or you know, move in with some cash, you know, I guess, you know, maybe get out of here around 750, maybe $8, maybe get you a nice little 80% return. You know, the thing is though, it's like I've said this 1,000 times, that the market is so flooded with so many coins. is that it's going to be hard for a lot of these coins to go back to their market cap high, because I think it's just kind of like the S&P 500, not the S&P 500, it's like the stock market, with Trump. A lot of these cryptos are being segregated from other ones. Only certain ones are going to do good, and some of them aren't going to be okay, but at the end of the day, DOT is going to be a legacy coin, so Trump's worked with them in the past, so maybe they can do something, maybe they can get a partnership. We'll just have to see what happens. All right, let's see. Let's check another coin real quick. Let's check out Chainlink real quick. I know I'll have a lot of people talk about Chainlink here. Let's see. All right, Chainlink is actually really doing good. It's going to be at 19 bucks. Our local highs is at around 33. So I was buying here at around 10 bucks. So I'm almost at a 2x. So I probably will be taking some profits here at this $20. But, if we can get past this 24, 25, then definitely we can re-challenge this $30 to $33 real easy. Chainlink is another coin like XRP. Has a lot of partnerships. Sanjay Nazaroff, the CEO of Chainlink, is a beast, man. Very intelligent guy. I talked about it in my last live stream. These guys are doing a lot of great stuff. Partnerships with Visa, partnerships with XRP. So definitely, if you guys are wanting to roll some profits from XRP into another coin.
Babe, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Let's see, hold up. Can you guys hear me? Oh my God, Sam. She's fired. Okay. So again, if we can get past this 25, definitely we can come back to this $30 area. So again, partnerships with Visa, partnerships with XRP, and a lot of other bigger chains. So these guys are doing the real world assets, the same as Ondo, but these guys are just a lot more battle tested than a lot of these other cryptocurrencies. So I had made a call a while back, which was Pith. I was really bullish on Pith. I had a really big position on it, but it's just not performing well. And the reason being is because the actual chain that Pith is launched on, which is Solana, partnered up with Chainlink. So that basically just nuked all the momentum that Pith could have. I'm still bullish on it. I still hold a position on it. So, if you guys are looking for a sub play besides Chainlink, if maybe you feel like Chainlink isn't a good play for you, Pith is going to be another one. And we'll check the chart on that one real quick. And Pith, by the way, you can get that on Coinbase. The all-time high was $1.10. So right now we're sitting at 13 cents. So I can tell you right now, it's not going back to its all-time high. And the reason being is because of the dilutions and the team selling. And this is another thing too, guys, that we have to cover too on our maybe another live stream. Capo, are you using any leverage on your plays? Yes, on some of them, not on my ones on Coinbase because they don't have it. But if you use Femex, the one that I have the links in the description, you can use other ones. There's BitNUX, but I use Femex. You can use leverage. I always recommend anywhere between 4 and 5, especially where we are in the market right now. Everything's kind of overheated. So if you're using anything more than 10, you're kind of asking for trouble. So I think that Pith can at least get back to at least 20 to 30 cents. I know for some people, we're expecting a little bit more, but these dilutions are just nasty, man. So what happens is that when a token starts to have token unlocks, what happens is more tokens are spread out into the market. So it takes even more capital to bring the market back up. So let's say if Pith last year was at 5 billion market cap, and with all the dilutions out, it basically kind of diluted the token out. So now it's a circulating supply is around maybe 1 billion, with the same token supply. So now it's going to take even twice to 3 times the amount of money to bring it back to its all-time high. So I know a lot of times people look at the chart and they just think, oh man, it can get back to its all-time high, and they think that they're going to make a 10x, when in all reality that's not true, because now the token is so diluted that now it's going to take even more money to get us back to at least right here, but our market cap would be similar to where it was up here. So that's the reason why it's really good to use CoinMarketCap and make sure that you guys are at least trying to understand the token unlocks a little bit better. I know, this one, a lot of Sol tokens have really bad unlocks. Solana has them as well, and so does Sui, but the only time it doesn't matter is when there's a high demand for the token. If a token has a high demand, then people really don't give a crap. So just keep that in mind. Sui has some pretty good big unlocks as well, but there's retail investment and there's actually people that are buying. So if the retail is there and people are bullish on it, then people will buy it and the token will go up. And then let's check out Celestia real quick. Celestia was one that we called out in the KGU, and I even called it out in my own personal Discord. We called it out at 189 the other day. We had a nice rocket up from where we called it at. Let's see. Yeah, so it went up. It went up about 7%. So another thing too, guys, about using leverage is that when you're using leverage, you can basically amplify your returns. So we called it out in the KGU at $1.89. So it actually went up about almost 10% almost, okay? So if you use 10x leverage, then that's going to be about 80%. So if you move in with $1,000 with 8x leverage, you're going to get about close to $700 to $800. So definitely, it's wise to not maybe use a lot of leverage, but if you know what you're doing, it can definitely play out. I've been able to kind of triple some of my trading bad portfolios these last few months. But at the same time, if you guys catch a trade and it doesn't play out in your way, you can definitely hurt your bag. So Celestia is a Cosmo ecosystem token, kind of like Say, has a lot of room to run up, but it suffers from the same thing that was with Pith and these dilutions. So I believe that market cap's anywhere between 2 bill and 4 bill was its all-time high. So as you can see, look at that. So for us to get back to 4 billion would probably be around $8 to $7. So that's what dilution can do to a token. So this right here would probably give you close to 3x, and then the market cap would be basically the same where it was at $20. So definitely, you can get some gains out of this, but it really sucks. There was people that were buying up here in this $20, and they basically are down like 80% on their position. So, it sucks, but at the end of the day, that's just how it is in crypto. A lot of people overstay their welcome. A lot of people, hold too long. And this is just one of the things that, when the show's over, the show's over. And 90% of people don't make money in crypto because of greed, or they sell the bottom. And you kind of have to tell yourself, and I tell, the people that I talk to in this space, that you have to be okay with, that you're not going to be able to sell the top. You have to be okay with, you might leave some money on the table. And the ones that are the type of people that sell and they constantly watch the token, these are the people that FOMO back in, and when they FOMO back in, all the money that they won, they end up giving it right back. So definitely, just try to always, when you actually leave a position and you fully move on from it. It's not good to keep trying to, time the bottoms or anything like that, because if you don't have this experience under your belt, it's probably best that you don't try to do that. When the bull market's over, take your money and put it in something else. Put it in, safe money. Put it in a 5% or something like that. That's what I can recommend to you guys. Amanda, I'm scared to use a VPN and I get banned from Coinbase. How do I use it on a separate computer or on the same network. I don't know if I want to use FemX. Well, I always prefer that you guys use a separate account, meaning like another tablet or a laptop or another phone. But what you can do is you can just actually log out of Coinbase, or you can turn your VPN off whenever you get on Coinbase, as long as it's not on. For a long time, I was actually having my VPN on when I was using it, but I don't know, maybe it's because I'm close to Mexico. Maybe I didn't have any issues, but yeah, you definitely don't want to get banned from Coinbase, because you know these guys are really on a ban cycle. So be careful with that, Amanda. Did Jump go over Cedus? Potential banger? No, not yet, bro, but I will. Is Binance no good? Well, Binance isn't for us though. I think certain parts of the U.S. maybe can get it. I think maybe New York, but honestly, Coinbase is the best in my opinion. Let's see. All right, well, let's check out Cedus real quick for Mr. Half Busy. All right, another coin really beat up really bad. This is the DEX aggregator for Cedus protocol. Definitely really beat up. So right now it's at 11.82. Honestly, man, you know, not financial advice. I would just say, hey, look, man, I would take a position now. If you have $1,000, maybe put in $250 and wait to see if we get this pullback here. I drew this box out for you guys the other day. This is at 10:30. Would definitely be a good area to get in at right here. And you guys see that, you know, before we had this hack right here, this is where, you know, we had this big dump. So right here was when Cedus got hacked and they had the liquidity drained. All the meme tokens on Cedus protocol got liquidated out. And since then, we've been trying to gain back momentum. It's been really slow though. You see how we had this big run up here, and we've kind of been consolidating right there, and then just ever since then, just a big drop off. And it's been hard for it to kind of get its momentum back up. But, you know, I do think, like I said, I told this story 4 or 5 times, a lot of meme tokens and even a lot of other crypto tokens like Tau, Pancake Swap, and even Ethereum, they've all went through this in the past. So this isn't something that, you know, is just out the norm for a lot of these other crypto projects. You know, Cedus protocols like Jupiter for Solana. It's the #1 DEX aggregator. It's probably the one that's the best in my opinion. So I wouldn't give up on it. I think that if you're looking for just a Hail Mary and you guys have probably missed some gains, this thing right here probably could give you a 4 to 10x. You know, like I said, I try not to give crazy outlandish price targets, but you know, if you kind of just think about it, man, you know, they're the main DEX for Sui. And you know, once they get these partnerships, you know, with Pokemon and all these other things that they got going on, I'm pretty sure that this thing's gonna come back. So if it does go back to its all-time high, you know, that's a 5x. You know, I probably think in the next few years, maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe it could go to $1, maybe $2. You never know. These are the things that, you know, you have to take a risk. If you're not willing to take any risk, then you can't make any money. So, you know, like I said, again, XRP, Ethereum, Chainlink, all great tokens, but these are the ones right here that are going to give you those nice 10x gains. You know, these are the ones that are going to, you know, get you that nice Rolex or you know, pay off a really big bill or something like that. So definitely one that you should keep on your radar. Would you agree with using half of Pith position to get in Cedus? Honestly, Hans, we've known each other for a while. I usually don't like to give financial advice, you know, but I've known you for a while. You're a G. I would probably do it, man. You know, I think it's, you know, it's really unfortunate with Pith, but I wouldn't give up on it just yet, bro. I really think that, you know, Pith is just a sleeping giant. it has the partnerships, but you know, Chainlink is just, it's going against a juggernaut, man. So it really just, really just depends on, you know, how everything can kind of come back alive. Eddie Diaz, I'm pretty sure you meant Ondo. I'm gonna check Ondo because I think that's what you meant. And you guys that are watching right now, you guys send me some coins. Hit the likes. It's like a bunch of grandmas in here, man. Tell me you guys you love me, man. Show me some love. Let's go. Yeah, hold on. I got my friend in here crying. Hold up. Come on. Come here. Oh man, I'm gonna bring my little buddy in here. Okay, Ondo. Let's see. All right, let's see. Ondo. All right, so with Ondo, I think a good spot to probably take some positions at would be around 89 cents. And even watching this 96 zone. So keep this on your radar, guys. Put the 96 cent zone on your radar, okay? Put the 96 cents on your radar. If we break below, stagger your buy orders between 96 all the way down into 89 cents, okay? That's definitely where it's going to be a lot of support right there. And just remember, you know, we can come down here even lower. Here you go there, buddy. You're heavy. We can come down lower. I'm not sure we're going to be coming down here unless there's something that really bad happens. So, like I said, for right now, keep that on your radar. 96.61, and then 89.08. So those could be your buy orders that are staggered down there, okay? Ondo is one of my biggest holdings. Man, this thing right here was really pissing me off, dude, all through this area right here. A lot of people that are in my community, they know I would really say some really bad stuff about this coin. And I really been watching like my language. I used to be a really big potty mouth. And one thing that I can really say about myself, guys, is that I've been really watching my language. It's been really helpful for me because, you know, I want to make sure that, you know, this is kind of what a family-friendly channel. You know, sometimes you work in the food industry and stuff like that. And, you know, it's anybody that's in that business kind of knows how it is. But it's been really challenging for me to keep that under control. But I've actually been doing a good job. But yeah, this coin would piss me off so much. But when it moves up, though, it moves up. So definitely, like I said, keep those on your radar. All right. Let's check out Crow real quick. Crow token, Kronos. We talked about this the other day too in the live. Right now we're at 12 cents. Guys, look, man. We gave this call out over here around 9 to 10 cents. So, you know, it's doing its thing. So if you guys got in, even over here at this level when I called it out here, even in the upper 10.5, I put out a buy alert. And I told you guys that I was buying. So we're up 15%. You know, it's not a lot, but it still gains, man. And like I said, look at the previous high, 24 cents. So definitely, if we can go back there, that's a clean 2x. And that's actually was one of my targets that I'm looking for. Even there's still enough time, guys. I'm not saying it for you to go run out and buy this thing right now, but I mean, we're looking for quick, fast 2x's, compounding money. Move on to the next one. This is definitely one that you guys should keep on the radar. Okay, Kronos. We already talked about it. Trump, World Liberty 5, they're bullish on it. And it's an exchange token. Crypto.com is trying to do a lot of stuff. I think they're going to be doing stocks on their exchange as well. So, you know, it's a no-brainer. they're gonna try to compete with Coinbase. You know, it's no lie. Coinbase is running the show right now, and you know, anybody that can compete with Coinbase, in my opinion, has a chance to really make some big gains this cycle. So, you know, really, I'm not really bullish on exchange tokens, but I think Kronos definitely could be one to contend with. Nebula, Arrow, Ondo, Parcel, and Say. You leaking your whole portfolio, man? Chris Dean, what about XCN? Oh, man. I haven't heard XCN in a while. And actually, you know what? I was thinking about even probably taking a position in this. I like to tell this story to people. When I first bought XCN, and I need to show you guys, I need to give you guys a receipt on that. I keep forgetting, but when I first bought XCN, I bought it over here back in 2024. And I need to send the receipts. I keep forgetting to do it, but I'll do it. I held this token for about almost a year and a half, dude. And I want you to see the gains right there, dude. 20x. I held this token for about literally probably at least going, I want to say around 14 to 18 months, somewhere around there. Got a 20x. And when I first got into the KGU, I was telling everybody I thought this coin was topping out. And it's the same thing, man. A lot of people rode this thing back down, 82% correction. And then it had a little bit of a bounce back up. It went back up another 2.5x. And then from there, it went back down. So I see it trying to make another run back up. Look, if we get this, you know, if we get a nice proper bull run and these payment system coins can go back up, maybe it can try to re-challenge this local high right here at 50 cents. I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure how bullish you are on it, Chris. But look, if you were buying somewhere up here around this area and you're down, I suggest that, you know, if we have another retracement down here back to 1.3, or even down here to 1.5, you start taking positions, because I've seen this so many times that when people are underwater, they don't like to buy, you know, but then they want to start trying to buy the breakout, you know, and you know, I'm not saying that that's wrong, but you know, if you're underwater on a token, what you want to do is you want to try to take stronger positions in the coin. That way, if it goes back closer to the all-time high, you're faster to break even, or, you know, or turn a profit. So a lot of times is, you know, people ride their bags all the way down. I've done a lot of portfolio reviews, and I've seen people down like thousands and thousands of dollars, man. So, you know, it's not good to let yourself go down this low. So, you know, whenever you're in a position where you made 5x gains, I always recommend guys to take out your initial investment, or take money off the table, even take some profits and get out with some money, because, you know, from this time span of, let's see, this was literally like almost in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, you had about a 58% retracement. So that's pretty aggressive there, you know, and like I said, you know, sometimes bull runs, they can last, you know, from days to weeks. And it's always the same thing, you know, last bull run, it was going to be, you know, Bitcoin was going to go to 100K, and it didn't happen. So, you know, just remember, guys, you know, everything looks good right now, but, you know, stuff can happen in the future. You know, something could happen to our economy, and the bull market can end real quickly. You know, just remember, crypto is always moving forward. It's moving forward in the positive and the negative ways. So just remember, you know, if there's anything that, you know, the markets begin to detect, definitely, you know, you'll see some reactions with markets, okay? So yes, XCN, you know, if you're holding it, man, I don't know what you're expecting from it. You know, I know the economic ninja says this thing's probably going to $2 or $3. I don't know. I just think that there's a lot of bigger YouTubers, like with 400,000 or 500,000 market cap subscriber counts, that are pushing this token, and you just got to remember, man, like, you know, these guys have big groups, And there's a lot of people that are trapped in these coins up here in this level. So whenever you have like these big spreads like this, you know, there's a lot of people that are trapped up here in these areas, and they're gonna want to get out. So every time you hit previous resistance, you're gonna have a lot of sell pressure in these areas. So just remember, you know, that's how it is. So you're gonna have rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, here. So that's just a lot of areas that XCN has to clear to get back up. So, you know, if you're looking just to get, you know, another 2x again, you know, or 2.5x, definitely it can happen for you. So you just gotta be, you know, optimistic and hope that, you know, your coin performs well. But the thing that's going good for it is that there's a lot of people that are trapped in this coin. So there's gonna be market pressure and stuff like that to push it up. All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't know, man. I used to have a construction job too, bro. A lot of cussing. Are you an XMR fan? No, bro, I'm not. It's a privacy coin. I really do not dig in those privacy coins. Let's check out Parcels real quick, man. All right, man, look, on our last live stream that we did for the Doctrine tier, we literally were talking about Parcels, man, and we talked about how this thing behaves in this channel area, dude. It's literally like clockwork, man. Like, look at this consolidation area, like in this area right here. I mean, this is literally like just, man, you can trade this thing really good. Honestly, we can even just kind of bring it down right here. It's just been in this channel, dude, forever, just ping-ponging. And I'm actually happy because, look, we were down here at 5 cents, down here, you know, 6 cents, and we're climbing this area. So what it's doing is it's just building steam, it's building pressure, it's ping-ponging in this area. So if you are a leverage trader, you can trade this on Femex. I'm not sure where else you can derivative trade this thing at. But man, this is literally, dude, like we're sniping this thing at 8-9 all day, every day. You can set your alerts here at 8-9, you know, 3 or 4x leverage. And because there's so much, you know, it's so small of a market cap that if you get this price swing up here to, you know, to this 10 cent zone, 10x leverage, that's 200%, dude. 200%. That's the power of leverage trading. You know, I again, you know, I don't abuse it. I typically don't use any more than 5, but if you got the levels down and you guys know how to use leverage, I mean, this is just easy, man. It's literally a swing trading coin that was sent down from the heavens for the KGU and the Ples family. So guys, you know, easy peasy. 8-9, you can put you maybe 1 to 2 or 3% stop loss and just trade that zone right there all day, man. You know, and like I said, I've been doing it on just swing trades and just getting those nice 10 to 20% returns and just move in with some size, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You know, eventually, you know, we are going to try to crack this 15 cents and it's going to happen. You know, one day, you know, we're all just going to send out an alert and say, look, guys, we're all going to buy Parcels all at once. And, you know, there's people out there that are shorting this coin and we're going to pile in and we're going to send this sucker to the moon. Like I said, think about it, man. We have a big community, guys. You know, I know that we only have 1,000 subs, but, you know, we're a family inside of a family. And we have power. And at the end of the day, how coins move up is by communities. You know, a lot of people have this thing, oh, it's pump and dump, pump and dump. No, dude. Look, every coin has a community behind it. We have a big family. Our KGU family is almost, 26,000 deep. If we all stand firm and say, hey, look, this is a community pick, we can really do some damage with this coin. And I don't know if you guys see this, but I see a W formation here, my guys. That is bullish, okay? So I'm still standing on this rock, man. I think that we are going to get a push up, and I want to see us eventually one day break this 20 cents. And people that were buying here at this 5 cents and loading up and loading up and loading up, they're going to thank me and say, Joe, man, I just paid off my car. Hey, Joe, man, I just did this for my wife or whatever. And you guys are going to see what's up, man. Like I said, look, I've done this all the time. We find picks, we stay bullish, and they end up materializing. I talked about this to some of the people. You know, I won't say his name. I kind of want to. And if you're watching, you can say your name in here. But we have a 19-year-old dude, man, make over 6 figures. You know, this is crazy, man. You know, I was so happy to be part of that, man. And, you know, he was like, Jump, everything that you said. I bought everything that you said, man. And I just wanted to let you know, like, my portfolio is at 6 figures. And I was like, dude, are you serious? He's like, yeah, man, yeah. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, I've had many people message me that they haven't seen gains in a long time. And, you know, it's just a great feeling, man. So, you know, if you're watching, bro, shout out to you. I want to dox you so bad, but, you know, I'll let you come forward on your own, man. Cool dude. He had a really, really beautiful story, man. You know, and it's really nice to see people, you know, change their life with crypto. You know, I watch so many influencers, man. And, you know, look, we all make mistakes. One day I'm going to make a mistake. One day, you know, I'm not going to get something right. And, you know, I always tell my base and even some of you guys that, you know, look, I'm not perfect. You know, I make mistakes. I'm not always going to get it right. When I first joined KGU, man, when I first started, you know, making big buys and started trying to, you know, get everybody bullish, man, I was getting so many messages like, man, I'm getting wrecked and all this kind of stuff like that. And man, I felt bad, but it's just like, look, it's just the same stuff that happens all the time, you know? Like, if you were bullish up here, why wouldn't you be bullish down here? If you put time and effort and research into all your coins and you believe in them, you got to take the good and the bad. You can't always win. You know, you can't be like this little 3-year-old, 2-year-old that always wants to win. You can't take a loss because it doesn't work that way. You have to take the good and the bad. I've been down hundreds and thousands of dollars, and there's been times where I just don't even want to get out of bed. It sucks. But, you know, I pushed through it. And, you know, even sometimes back in the day, I would have, you know, even of all people, my wife like, man up. And, you know, I would think about it like, man, she's right. Like, you know, crypto's going to be the future. You believed in this. Why am I giving up now? So, guys, you know, like, you have to stay convicted into these plays. You know, AVAX, which we're looking at right now, is not some poop coin that we got off Reddit. This is an actual, you know, crypto coin, a company that is trying to expand, partnership with FIFA. JD Vance holds a really big bag of AVAX, part of the World Liberty 5 portfolio, an actual blue chip crypto. You know, I hold 6 figures in this coin, and I am telling you right now, I bought here at this level at 15, 16 bucks, and I'm selling at $55. And that's what I'm looking for. So people ask me all the time, Jump, where do you plan on getting out? That's where I'm getting out at. So I suggest that you guys get a pen and paper, rewatch this video, write everything down that I said, and really, you know, pay attention to these levels. 42, 40, and 54 is all exit points that I'm looking at. We get to $42, I may sell everything. We get to $38, I may be taking some chips off the table. It just depends on how the market looks. I can't predict the future, but there's just a lot of stuff that makes me feel like, man, the market is really going to be super bullish, and it's just a matter of being patient. You know, a lot of people don't have patience. And, you know, look, I get it. You know, some of you guys got in at January, and you guys are feeling like you deserve gains. But guys, look, at the end of the day, you don't deserve anything. I don't deserve anything. You get what you get in this market, and some people get lucky and some people destroy their lives. So just always remember that. You know, AVAX is a great coin, but it's an altcoin, and it can go down 50 to 60% really easy. I gave this setup play, I think on my last video. It almost played out to a T. So I had a retracement down here to $23, played out exactly to the T. It basically just little chef kiss here, bounced up. So if anybody took the trade that I gave out, that was almost a 10%, 10x leverage, 100%. You doubled your portfolio on leverage. Again, guys, you know, I'm bullish on this coin, man. If people that I meet that are older, you know, and they're just trying to get a safe coin, they always ask me, Jump, what should I get into? AVAX, or Cardano, but I prefer AVAX because they just got so much stuff going on, man. They're partnered up with the California DMV, again, the FIFA partnership, RWA, ISO 22 compliance token, gaming narrative, which hasn't happened yet. There's so much stuff that is in store for AVAX, and I just think that this thing is, I really want to say $80. I really want it, but I just don't know if it's going to happen. But for me, buying at $15 and getting 50 or $60, I think that is a humongous W. So guys, again, keep that on your radar. If you guys are looking for an entry on this, you know, let's try 2271, even 2180, but even this kiss right here on the top, $23 flat would be good. Start your DCAing from 23 flat all the way down here to 2173. If we break below that, dump the truck at 2051, okay? So that's AVAX. Write the numbers down, pause it, write it down. Litecoin. Litecoin is another, you know, legacy coin, man. Hasn't really had a, oh, wow. Okay. All right. I was about to say something, but all right. W formation, a little weak W, but looks really nice. Big push up. Wow, that's, yeah, this is good, man. If you're trying to hop in, definitely would wait. Maybe catch it, you know, at this $100 flat. As you can see, we had a double bottom right there. When you have these double bottoms right here, my guy, very bullish. Usually we get reversals right there. Now this is a maybe somewhat of almost close to a double top, so just keep an eye on it. Maybe put this 108.42 on your radar. If we break below, then set your buy orders down here, okay? Julius. Are you Jeremy's little bro? If so, you know how to leverage trade. I would be looking for a short if we break below this 111.13. This could probably be a good short. So anybody that's leverage trading, you guys are in my circle. You guys know what's up. Watch that level. If it breaks it, good short. You could probably short this thing back down here. Easy gains. Look at that, man. If we take that short here at this level, 10%, 10x leverage. That's 100%, my dude. That's actually a good coin. I'm gonna keep it on the radar. Han Solo, I'm a legend. He's a legend. Oh, Jacob Rock. Who's a legend? Me or him? I'm the legend. He's a prodigy. Judy, love it. Thanks for the buy levels on AVAX. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for watching. All right, let's see. Let's check out Dex Screener real quick. Or let's check out a few more coins. Let's see, what do we got? I'm trying to think of something. Did we cover Arrow? I don't know if we covered Arrow already. Charting app. Are you using TradingView? TradingView is the best. Should we cover Solana? Let's do Solana, man. Oh, look at Solana. Consolidation right here. This is actually another good leverage trade right here too. Let's see. All right, let's set up some leverage trades, okay? My preferred entry for a leverage trade would be probably 169.76. Take it to the retracement right here. And maybe we could take it back up to 186, 187. That would be a nice 15, 20, no, 10%. So 10x leverage, 100%. You know, just watch this area though. Keep it on your radar, 175.06. If we break below there, I would set that entry there. But if we get that bounce at that level at 175.06, would probably be a good entry point there for Solana, okay? Solana, I don't know how much gains it has left in it, guys. I've said this a lot of times, you know, with the whole Trump token and stuff like that, it's going to be really hard for, you know, Sol to come back, you know, top that out, man. You know, that Trump token was like the pinnacle of what, you know, any chain crypto could do, but definitely could see, you know, a 240, 220 Solana. You know, I bought a lot at this 89. Sorry guys, I got really bad allergies right now. I was buying a lot right here at this in this lower 90s, $89. What's the best meme coin recommended? Is it Bonk or Pangu? I'd probably go with Pangu, bro. I mean, they're both good. So Bonk Chain has launched. They've launched like a pump fund. We can check it out right now. We'll look at Bonk Fund right now before we look at Dex Screener. They have a new chain that's out. I'll share it in the KGU. So it's just kind of like pump fund. So you go in there and you can gamble your money, probably lose it all, but you know, if you guys are going to be using 10, 15, 20 bucks, hey man, it's a good shits and giggles, man. Good coin that you can roll the dice on. So, you know, definitely, you know, if you're one of those type of people that want to play the lottery, definitely one that you should keep on your radar, that site. So again, guys, that's going to be your radar. Take profits could be anywhere between 200, 187, or 220 or 240, okay, for Solana. Let's see. I'm trying to get a new token that we haven't talked about yet. I know we pretty much talk about a lot of stuff. We talked about Say too, but Say is pretty much the same. You know, 34.56 would be our support level. I want to see us break that 40 cents for Say. So definitely, you know, that's another one that that's really that, you know, I think that can do good. Leverage on ADA. Let's look at. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's cover Cardano. All right, so Cardano. There's a lot of good memes about Cardano holders. I won't say it because I don't want anybody to get upset. I didn't say it. Alex Becker does. All right, let's see. I think a good entry would be here at this 79 cents. It loves to come back here to this area. Keep that on your radar. Leverage trade, if you're going to go 10x leverage, and I would probably take it right here at 77, 37, 10x leverage. If you're looking to go a little bit lower leverage, maybe 4 to 5x leverage, I think 79.88 would be a good entry for you. And take profits anywhere between $1 to $1.10, okay? Yeah, he is funny, dude. He says Cardano holders that their wives have affairs on them. It's funny, man. I don't want to say anything here, but he jokes a lot about them. But he's bullish on it, man. I think he's just trolling, but it's definitely funny to watch him, man. SP Vlogs, congrats on the 1K. Thank you, man. Thank you from India. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you. It was really hard, man, to get to 1K, especially for me. Like, it's the YouTube algorithm has not been kind to me. But, you know, I have nothing but respect for the KGU. You guys are probably one of the main reasons why I got where I'm at today. And this is the reason why I'm out here, you know, putting in work for you guys, because I wouldn't be where I am today without you guys. You know, like I said, I'd be making money, but I wouldn't have a voice. And like I said, I don't take that for granted one bit. So I'm very appreciative to, you know, the family here. I know that, you know, there's going to be some people that, you know, probably don't agree with what I'm saying, or they may not like my style. And it's all good, man. I always show love to everybody. It's nothing but love and respect to everybody. I'm just out here on a mission to change lives, man. You're either down with it or you're in our way. And if you're in our way, we're going to move through you. And that's just the way it is, man. We're coming deep. You know, the KGU family, you know, I've been seeing a lot of embracement from you guys. So it's like that movie, State of the Union. You either get down or you lay down, baby. All right, so that's Cardano. You know, all-time high, $4. I don't think it's going there, man. I think it's reasonable to say $1.50, $1.75, even $2. Definitely in the cards. So if we go to 225, nice 4x from here. So just keep that on your radar. Not 4x, but 3x. So definitely, you know, that could be one. Okay. Let's check one more, and then we're gonna go to the Degen arena. Let's see. Yesterday, India's top crypto broker, CoinDCX, was hacked. Yeah, man, there's been a lot of that stuff going on, bro. It happened with OM. I don't know if you guys remember OM. That happened too, man. Sucked. It caused a lot of the RWAs to go down. So yeah, I totally get you, brother. Let's see. I don't know. You guys give me a coin. You guys give me a coin. What's up? Let's go. First one. What about you, Peter? You give me a coin, bro. Oh yeah, Prime. That's the coin. I know somebody was gonna get me with that one. Woo-wee. Look at that. Ooh. Cake. Oh. All right, man. Down pretty big, as we all can see. 91%. Same thing that has happened with all these other, you know, tokens that have these unlocks. Just bleeding out. We've been bleeding out with this thing. You know, as far as giving out, you know, precise buy zone, its low was 175. 240, 232 was a local low. So definitely, you know, this is a coin that, you know, I'm really disappointed in it, but I'm not giving up because, you know, I think that this thing still has some juice. You know, this is another Alex Becker coin. You know, if you are getting tired of it and you want to move out of it, there's some alternate coins that you can move into. You can maybe swap into AIOZ. AIOZ is going to be, I think, a Degen coin. I think 38 cents, 37 cents would be a good zone to get in on AIOZ if you want to swap into that one. But for me, the risk for upside is just too great. I think that, you know, maybe the $18 may not happen, but, you know, look, it's definitely the $10. You know, if you got in at $2 and you got the $10 and you got that nice 5x, I don't think anybody's going to be complaining about that. You know, so right now, 247. Let's see if we can get to at least, you know, anywhere between $9 to $12. I think that's reasonable. It's an AI Degen / gaming coin. If we get this gaming narrative that pops off, definitely something that, you know, we can see some good upside with Prime. So, you know, it just unfortunately got smashed around from, you know, all this other, you know, dilution of tokens. So it is what it is. H bar, XLM, and then bonk. And then we're gonna move on. XLM. So this one, it's kind of like XRP, moves the exact same way. You know, support right here, it's going to be at 37.67. Preferred buy targets would be here in 35.61. But it's been pretty much consolidating real nice in this area. You know, it looks really, really, really good. Just like XRP, just bouncing around in here. I would just keep this on the radar right here. If we do break below, you know, 4418, just keep that on your radar. I would probably, if you guys are leverage trading, maybe short. Look for this level first. Ignore that one, 4520. Watch that. If we bust that, I would probably go for a short. Take profits anywhere between 42 and maybe 40 cents on that. Should give you a nice little 20 to 30% return if you're using leverage. But you know, if you've been in down here, guys, you know, if you were buying down here in these 20 zones and you're up, you know, in nice, you know, 150% return, you guys are doing good. If you got even lower down here, you guys are even doing really, really good. So, you know, I don't know how much gains are left back in this thing. I think maybe 75 cents, maybe even $1 could be reasonable. But like I said, this all really just depends on how XRP does. If XRP goes to the next level, man, definitely could happen, okay? Altcoin, $10. Oh yeah, easy, bro. Real bullish. Let's see. H bar. All right. See, I gave this one out in the KGU in the channel chat. I think it was somebody asked for it. I think it was a guy. He had asked for it. Got his name. Let me see. Oh, Zookeeper. He asked for it. H-Bar looks good, man. Partnership with Starlink, possibly. If you're looking to get in, you know, maybe 23.035 would be a good entry spot. You know, I have the chart that's in the Discord channel. You know, if something, you know, really bearish happens, you know, this would be a better spot to get in. It's 30% below, but I really think that if, you know, that's already passed already, you know, I think it's more reasonable to expect maybe a 10 to 15% dump. So, you know, 23.893 to 22.821 would be a more realistic zone for that. Take profits would be anywhere between 50 to 75 cents. $1, I'm not sure. You know, look, it's a lot to ask of this coin. And the reason being is because back in 2024, when I had actually made my initial purchase of it, it was at almost 4 cents. And I made a bet with an old group that I was in that which coin was more bullish, Caspa or H-Bar. And I was literally stoned to death for me picking H-Bar. And look what happened, my guys. Look at this big run up from there. A freaking almost 9x, dude. So, you know, like I said, man, I know how to pick coins. You know, a lot of people, they're just finding out with this coin for the first time. I was buying H-Bar back in 2023. You know, so I've been in this coin for a long time. I sold around at this area, so I didn't get the exact top but I got down around here in this area, so I locked in still some pretty good gains, and it's been good. It dipped down here to that 12 cents. So like I said, man, you know, definitely 48, 52 cents, even 75 we're going to be my target. So we just got to see what happens in the end of the day, what goes on with that. All right, so let's check out Dex Screener real quick. Again, we went through this a lot of these other times about how to look for meme tokens. Solana, and you basically can see all the hottest coins that are popping up right now, but I do want to check out this one site real quick. It's Let's Bonk. Alright. So this is like the new pump fund. See right here, it asks you to connect your wallet. You can, as long as you make sure to use the right website. I'll drop the website in here in a bit. So yeah, I'll drop the website in here in a bit. And this is pretty much like a pump fund. Anybody that uses pump fund, you can kind of go through and you can see all the tokens that are being listed. There's always going to be some weirdo people that are posting some crazy crap in here. I'm pretty sure you guys saw some of the names in here and stuff like that. But you know, you got Honk, Bonkcat, Boop, Bonk Fun, Bonnie, Balbo, Tom, Bon, B Trump, Biddies, Chicken, Tolly, Chosen, Bonkus. Let's see. And you can go through these different. Give me just a second. Dude, come on. It's probably my VPN. It's not letting me. That's my stupid VPN. Well, anyways, this is the site here, so you're welcome to scroll through it. You know, you can definitely find a lot of good stuff in here. Let me see if I can just fix this real quick, guys. Give me a second. It's freaking annoying, this stupid NordVPN. Whatever. We'll just go over here. All right, so we're gonna look at Solana. We'll look at some of the top gainers. Let's see. If you guys know any tokens that you want us to look up on here on Dex Screener, you guys can send the contract address in here and we can check it out. Jump, I really appreciate your patience and the time that you're taking to help us out. You're a real bro. I know we're gonna win, and I know you don't have to, but this is what I love to do. Keep it up, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. I love to help people, man. I don't got much going on. Just chilling, man. I like to help people. This game is dirty, man. you know, there's a lot of, you know, people out here that do weird stuff. And, you know, I mean, crypto is crypto, man. There's a lot of just crazy stuff in this market, man. You know, meme tokens are very volatile. So you just always got to make sure that you, when you're investing in crypto, you guys aren't investing too much money. So like with these meme tokens right here, this was one that I saw in the KGU. Somebody posted this, DG, and this was around this market cap, 2500, 25 mil. This thing has been pretty hovering around this area a lot. So look, if we were to get in right here, it's about 2x from here. So what I would do is, when you get a contract address, you put it in here in this search bar right here. You would type it in and press paste, and you would get the contract address, come over here, grab it, go into your Solana wallet. Let's see. And then type it in right here. DG right here. So it's all right here. I went over here. It's kind of hidden over here. Let me move myself real quick. All right, it was covered up. So right here, look, check this out. Right here in the middle, it says pair, DG, and Sol. It's gonna be right here. Grab it. Go to your extension right here. Go to the magnifying glass, and you're gonna copy and paste. And there's the coin right there. You'll hit swap. Then we're buying with Solana. We're buying this coin right here, so we can do, we'll do $2 of DG coin, swap now, done, hit the home, and there you go, 2 cents for the transaction price, but now we have DG coin. And hopefully this thing will do 1000x, and we'll turn that, you know, $2 into 2000. Capo, can we do SHIB? Yeah, we'll do it in a minute, bro. Right now we're gonna do a little bit of Degen real quick. Let's see. This one looks pretty good too. Look, check this out. See, this is pretty good. Look at how many holders there are. 92,000 holders. So definitely this one looks good. I need to get some Sol in this wallet, but you know, whoever bought right here at these areas right here, this is where, like, using pump.fund and using a lot of these other bonk fund and stuff like that, these are going to be really beneficial. If you can get in here at these lows, this is where all the money's to be made. 1200% return. So yeah, man, there's a lot of holders. Definitely could run up more. Let's buy this one too. Copy. Let's go in here. Go to the magnifying glass. Paste. Swap. Let's do $5 of this one. Swap. And that's it. When you guys degen and you guys are buying meme tokens, like these things right here, man, they go to zero 99% of the time. So it's always good to, like I said, just invest what you're willing to lose. You know, this is really just gambling. So with these type of tokens, it's been launched for 12 days. So this thing, you know, looks okay. It has, like I said, a good amount of holders, but it just really depends on the community. It looks like it's all there, but it's just really on the narrative. I don't know what this narrative is. I guess they have a lot of the little meme tokens in here and stuff. I'm really curious to see what Prime will do. I think it was one that you got me into, that one. Yeah, I mean, I hold it too, bro. I bought last year around $3. It got up to 18, 15. I took some profits around March. I bought back in around $5. Went down to 3, and then kind of rode on the sidelines a little bit. Rebought back in around 4. Came back down to 2. Been DCAing a little bit, so I took a little bit of a tumble down on that, but I did take profits. I netted a profit on it, but it just hasn't really been doing good. But that's just the name of the game, man. You know, we can't always get wins, but anybody that was buying at that $1.75 on its low was almost up 2x at one point, so it's still good. Definitely has a lot of potential, but you know, it's just something that, you know, we got to just keep our eyes on. I saw this one on X2, guys. I posted it in the chat. This one was called Poncho. Let's see, I called it maybe about a few hours ago. Called it around here. It's up 12% from when we called it up. This is a base meme, so you know, again, guys, it's high risk. It's been out for some time. I think it's been out for a year, but has same thing, about 90,000 holders. Looks really good. Amanda, what VPN do you suggest? Maybe NordVPN is okay. I use Express as well. Express is good. Let's see. Let's check out some ETH memes. Your average cross is 248. Nah, that's not too bad, man. You're down like maybe a few bucks. Let's see. Jarvis. Man, this looks good, dude. This might be a play right here, man. And like I said, these meme tokens, I'm not really a big fan of these memes, man. I don't like to post them in the KGU. Like, remember, there's 2 different types of memes, 3 different types of memes. There's blue chip, you know, Degen, and then there's like filthy Degen. Anything like really below, you know, $1 million market cap is like filthy Degen. This would be considered, I guess, Degen. And then you got your blue chips. Blue chips are like, you know, Bonk and stuff like that, Shiba. And I think somebody asked me about Shiba a while ago, man. Shiba's not good, dude. There's a lot better plays to get in than Shiba. That's like a ultimate normie coin, so don't get into it. It's not worth it, bro. It'd be better just to get into Pepe or something. And Pepe is a lot better of a coin. 6 billion market cap. Alright, check this out. Normie, this is a good one. About 500 holders, market cap 300,000. This could be a good one. Yeah, so you just go on Dex Screener, type up, go to Ethereum, and then it'll be on your number 5 for Normie. This is another pretty popular one, SPX. This one's at 1.6 billion market cap. Billion. It's crazy, man. This is another good one here. Mask. This has a really bullish community, man. 31,000 holders. I know a lot of people that are in this coin. I personally think that this is a great area to pick up. If you're looking for a super high risk coin with some potential, you know, good risk gains, this would be a good one right here. If we were to go back to at least, you know, 17 million where it likes to go up, that's almost a 3x. Back to the all-time high of 5x. Definitely could do it. It's a low market cap. It's a cat coin, so definitely could do it. Let's see. There's a new chain too. It's called Abstract. I'm gonna look a little bit more into this. I know a lot of people are messaging me about it. I know the Pudgy Penguins are using this chain a lot. I gotta do some more research on it, but it seems like this thing is popping off. A lot of potential, a lot of activity. Yeah, look at this, man. This is huge. A lot of volume. So this is actually good for Pingu. I think this has something to do with the actual Pingu token. They have their own chain, which is Abstract. Wow. Something we're gonna have to look into. So yeah, I'm gonna do some investigations on this tonight. See if we can get some details on Abstract. Igloo is the parent company to Abstract and Pudgy Penguins. Nice to know. You have any coins that you want me to look at, P? Any meme tokens that you've been checking out? I know Elon Musk has been pushing this one a lot. Annie, the AI coin. This one's been looking pretty good. $2x. Back to its all-time high. Definitely could do it. This is another Elon Musk. I think this might be a knockoff. $5,000 holders. Alrighty guys, well, probably gonna wrap it up, man. Been on here for a while, so I just wanted to come on here, chop it up with you guys for a little bit, check out some meme tokens. There's definitely a lot of stuff that is you know, on my radar as far as the meme token wise. Any AI coins you can recommend? AIOZ, bro. AIOZ, Tau is gonna be good. Zesty Sonic. It's freaking hilarious, man. AIOZ. Virtuals. I think Virtuals is probably gonna be the biggest one, bro. Virtuals is gonna probably be your best bet. Let's see. Let's check it out real quick. Virtuals. Oh yeah. I think its all-time high was like what, $4. So definitely we can get back to this. Yeah, $5. So yeah, man, $3, easy peasy. So yeah, keep that one on your radar. AOZ, Virtuals, Tau, Render's good too, but I would prefer AOZ or Virtuals in my opinion. All right, guys. Well, we have some investigations to do. I gave you a crap load of coins. Thank you so much. If you guys are looking to upgrade the membership, I got the links to the Doctrine channel inside the description. I never try to sell anybody anything, guys, but you know, it helps me elevate my game and help me, you know, break away from a job that, you know, we're all trying to escape. Like I said, maybe one day, you know, I'll be able to do this full time. We'll see what happens, you know, whatever God has in store for me. You know, we'll see what happens. But, you know, if you guys are looking to update your membership, guys, again, the Doctrine links are in the description. And I'm able to kind of get things out quicker. A lot of more things urgent, you know, to those members. You know, I do a lot of trading, but not, you know, to the level like with all the other crown traders. Like, I don't necessarily live trade because a lot of times the live trades, they don't really materialize for myself. You know, I like to set them up for the future. So what we do is we set the levels up because, you know, if price comes back to it, then we're letting the price come to us instead of us forcing a trade. And I think that's just more, you know, beneficial for me because like I said, I'm not always have the ability to be able to stare at a screen all day, and I think a lot of the people that watch me don't either. So, you know, it's better just to be prepared and trade that way, so that way you can have a quality of life. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, I would love to be able to sit in front of a screen all day and do this, but as of right now, that's not what God has in store for me or in the cards for me right now. So slowly but surely we'll get there. But guys, I just wanted to come on here and celebrate, you know, the 1,000 subscribers with you guys. And thank you for my KGU family. And thank you for the Crypto Plebs family, you guys. Thank you for holding me down. Thank you for, you know, watching me. Like I said, I'm a very small channel. And, you know, it's always great to come out here and chop it up with you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and close it out. You guys can please smash up the likes. Let's get up to 50. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll give a little update on the market. If you guys see anybody in the chats in the Discord asking for levels, shoot them this video. Everything is pretty much in there. That way I can get that watch credit, get monetized, and you guys can start giving me super chats. Alrighty. Well, thank you for spending time with me, and we will see you guys later. Almost a 2-hour stream, dude. Wow. Wow. Alrighty. We will talk later.